Hello, nobody. I'm here to say a few things about YouTube and some of its policies, and I don't expect anybody to see this video since I'm pretty sure, I'm not positive, that my health channel here on YouTube has been shadow banned. And why has it been shadow banned? I think it's because I have said some things that would basically break YouTube's guidelines and policies. And I'm here in this video to just question whether or not those guidelines and policies are valid or a good thing, sort of thing. So some of YouTube's policies are you basically can't spread any medical information that kind of goes against the, let's say, that goes against the opinions, let's say for now, of local health authorities. They term those as LHAs, and also the World Health Organization. So you can't say anything that is kind of like an opposite opinion of what those organizations say. So look, I mean, I can kind of see this from both sides. You might want to, like, as humans, we may want to just not allow the dissemination of misinformation, but there's another side to it where, perhaps it is okay to, I don't know, like, I haven't figured this out. I'm just kind of putting this out there. Perhaps it is okay if we, as humans or whatever, like, allow people to say their contrary opinions, which may be contrary to the opinions of, some authority. And maybe even give them a little bit of a platform, because maybe we can arrive at truth that way. I'm not sure, to tell you the truth. Like, and the way I've been thinking lately is kind of like, like, I try not to, I'm kind of realized, I guess, that I don't really know anything, and that, like, everything in my head is just kind of like a belief, and I don't really know if any of it's true. But I do act upon those beliefs. So specifically, I said, I don't even want to say it. I'll say it again, whatever, fuck. I'm already shadow banned. This is kind of just for historical record, this video. I said, don't wear sunscreen, and in a video where I was talking about getting a lot of sunshine, and, local health authorities, and I'm pretty sure the World Health Organization would recommend, to wear sunscreen. So I went against, the recommendations of the LHAs, the local health authorities, and the World Health Organization. Thereby, I think it triggered some sort of shadow ban or something, because I literally get like 0 views, even on my shorts, which, feels like a shadow ban. But I don't know. Like, YouTube hasn't sent me any information on why, I'm getting 0 views, whether it's just my quality of content sucks. They haven't let me know why. Like, sorry, what am I trying to say? They haven't let me know why I'm not getting any views. They haven't said, like, improve your quality of content, or it's, you are shadow banned because you said this or whatever. I just don't know, but it just, as I said, it feels like a shadow ban. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really know the answer. I just feel like maybe it is important to give everybody a platform, at least somewhat of a platform. And then that way, as a species kind of thing, we can arrive at truth. And maybe it's more dangerous to just present the truth of that the authorities, say is true, without presenting, like, other people's truths, because who knows? We know throughout history authorities have been wrong, medical authorities in the 15th century, advocated for bloodletting, which I don't think is, a standard medical treatment at all these days. So, yeah, it's disappointing for me, because, I planned to, release a bunch of kind of health recommendations that were definitely, contrary to what the World Health Organization and the local health authorities would, recommend. So it looks like I'm kind of toast. Like, there's no way I'll be able to function, um, you know, as a channel on YouTube doing that. And so that was kind of a bit of a bummer, yeah, because I thought, I mean, in my naivete, let's say, I thought I'd be able to say things like, yeah, don't wear sunscreen or don't get this vaccine or whatever, but I won't even be able to say that stuff. Um, so, yeah, and well, we'll see where it goes. We will see where it goes. I guess my opinion about health is kind of something along the lines of the human body is the healing machine, and it needs to be allowed to do its healing work. Now, I do believe there may be a time and place for certain standard medical information, for standard medical interventions like surgeries and stuff. But I don't believe in chemotherapy as a treatment for cancer. I don't think I would ever get chemotherapy if I got cancer myself, and I would recommend to anybody who has cancer, do not get chemotherapy. And I have some personal experience with this. Anecdotal, of course, this is an anecdotal, but my father, passed away, and in my opinion, and I could be very wrong. Like I said, what do I know? Do I know anything? Maybe I don't know anything. But in my opinion, my belief is that the chemotherapy was actually a huge cause of my father's death. And I don't really even think he died from cancer. I think he died from chemotherapy poisoning. But and just me saying this means this video won't even get shown to you. So as I said, this is I'm just talking to myself here, really. But I guess I'm also making this for kind of posterity, because who knows, like, what will happen. Maybe YouTube will let this video stay up. They let my other videos stay up, even though I did break the guidelines in those videos. So maybe they'll let it stay up, and maybe somebody in the future of humanity can watch this video and this kind of remark on this time, in history where only certain information about health, wellness, and medical matters was allowed to disseminate to the public on this giant, massive global platform we know as YouTube. So, all right. Yeah, I guess I said my piece. We'll see where it goes. But I think maybe I'm right, that it is dangerous to just have this giant platform, YouTube, only propagating the recommendations and opinions of these giant health authorities, the WHO and the local health authorities, because, as I said, who really knows what the truth is, and by only presenting one side, I feel like we're not really allowing regular people to have all the information they need to arrive at what they believe is right for them to do, so, and I think it really, really shows that, the that the that the people who run YouTube, they really have a lack of faith in the intelligence of their fellow human beings. Because if they really believed that their fellow human beings were intelligent and capable of knowing what the truth is, I feel like then maybe they would allow, like, any kind of information to be disseminated on YouTube, because their thought would be, well, people are smart enough to know what's true and what's not true. So what's not really the harm of letting, people say vaccines are not good for you or whatever, because people will know, like, that's misinformation, and they'll still go and get their vaccine, So I don't know, but yeah, maybe there does need to be a limit to the information disseminated, but I don't know. I mean, it's tough to figure these things out, But as I said, for me personally, it's a bit of a disappointment. But I mean, I'm just gonna have to pivot and kind of figure out the next step. All right, I guess that's all I want to say for now. So, yeah, long and short of it, yeah, YouTube will not allow me to say the things I want to say in regards to health, and wellness, and and medical recommendations. They just won't do it. And yeah, well, we'll see where it goes. All right, take care, guys. So this is Health Matrices signing out, maybe for the last time, because, as I said, this YouTube thing just isn't worth my time. Maybe we'll see. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All right, take it easy, guys. Yeah, peace. All right.